Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. A 40-year-old suspect has been arrested for shooting up businesses with a pellet gun. The BIA and Ruth and Naomi's starting a cigarette butt recycling project. Fly like a pigeon to bring drugs to prisons. And the BC Scotties and the men's curling championship in Chilliwack was a huge success. Josh will have more in sports. Our special guests this week include Scott Gaglardi, the executive director for Ruth and Naomi's, and SinAmen Bun Company manager Shawn Gieselman. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. Chilliwack RCMP's community response team arresting a 40-year-old Chilliwack man in connection with recent incidents of intentionally damaging windows in businesses. Now, chillTV has learned that the suspect may have mental health issues and has been in trouble with the law before. Chilliwack Mounties now investigating a number of incidents of mischief involving the use of a pellet or BB gun that resulted in thousands of dollars of damage to windows in downtown Chilliwack. The latest incident was reported to police this past Monday after broken windows were discovered at the SinAmen Bun Company. Police using surveillance footage, which assisted them in identifying and arresting the suspect. Other incidents happened at the Cozy Cotton quilting shop, as well as a nearby church. Shawn Gieselman is the manager of SinAmen Bun Company, and he spoke with chillTV on just how much vandalism is costing not only his business, but others as well.
Do you know how much this is going to cost?
Yeah, we're at least out of pocket $1,000 up front. We're still trying to figure that out. So for all the glass and some of the damage and stuff, yeah, it's going to hit the bottom line. It's going to affect the bottom line for sure.
But there was not a break-in, though. It was just a pellet gun or something shot at the windows?
I'd be very confident to say it's just vandalism. I don't know intent, but yeah, it is the marks on the glass and the type of fracture and stuff like that. It looks like a BB gun.
We were talking off air that, especially downtown, there's been a ton of vandalism there. Have you had a history over the past year of any problems, or is this the first real major issue you've had?
I'm honestly surprised with the foot traffic that we have that kind of cuts through the parking lot, how little vandalism we've experienced. Homelessness, kind of garbage and stuff, that's fairly frequent and you just expect it. But we've been really lucky for vandalism. You know, I know a lot of other folks have suffered.
It's a win-win program for the Chilliwack BIA, the Business Improvement Association, their merchants, Ruth and Naomi's, and the environment. A couple of weeks ago, a joint program was unveiled in a soft launch. 30 small recycling bins will be placed within the BIA, this as a trial run to ask smokers to place their used butts into marked containers. Ruth and Naomi mission crews will be doing the pickup of these butts and a quick street clean and basically getting paid for the amount of used tobacco product they take to the recycler. They get to keep the profits via TerraCycle. Now, TerraCycle is an international recycling company that under its umbrella has a what's called unsmoked cigarette-free recycling program. The metal receptacles placed around downtown will look similar to those that are found along Vetter Trail. Those are for anglers to deposit used and tangled fishing line. chillTV spoke with Ruth and Naomi's executive director, Scott Gaglardi, about this program.
Fraser Valley News, chillTV, in conversation with Scott Gaglardi, executive director of Ruth and Naomi's, with a really cool plan. We've heard about this now for a couple of weeks, and it's a little bit more than just picking up cigarette butts. So tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah, we're happy to be part of the program. It was an initiative with Trevor McDonald and the BIA and came to us, and it starts the company TerraCycling. And so there's 30 receptacles that are being placed around the downtown core at high traffic areas where people who smoke would be encouraged to use them as cigarette butts. And then our peer support program will go around once a week, empty them out, and we get a postage paid slips to send them back to TerraCycling, and $1 a pound for everything recycled. TerraCycling then recycles the butts or the filters for park benches, all kinds of great programs. And so we love that we can get to be involved in it, cleaning up our city and downtown core, helping recycle, and it also gives our peers an incredible opportunity to get involved in ways that help them earn some money, but also help lift their heads and be able to look in the eyes straight with other people.
Over the past couple of weeks, there have been a number of major seizures of contraband at Valley prisons, including a pigeon with a backpack full of drugs. This was found at Pacific Institution. This is the latest. On December the 6th, 2022 of last year, the package containing contraband and unauthorized items was seized at the perimeter of Matsqui. The contraband and the unauthorized items included 3 packages of THC, a couple of cell phones, chargers, USB, and SIM cards. The total value, about $1,000 rather. Another major seizure of drugs announced this past week along with SIM cards and phones, but this was at Kent Institution, and it was worth about $103,000. The Cascade Gondola project has been in the eye of the public information storm ever since it was announced. GM communications specialist Harmony Poisson telling chillTV that the band will be holding a members-only information luncheon this coming Sunday. It is aimed to clarify what the project is all about, the economic and the environmental aspects, and the local and the regional support that the project has received. Now, there have been added concerns from off-road vehicle groups that their access to the backcountry will be adversely affected by the project. Information can be found on the GM First Nation Facebook page. There will be a public information session, but that will be held at a later date. The first annual Hearts of Gold Gala fundraiser for childhood cancer research, hosted by Trevor McDonald, is going to be, and what they call, a fun, informative, and inspirational night, raising much-needed funds for groundbreaking research for childhood cancers. Tickets are now on sale at $50 each. They are available through the Chilliwack Cultural Center box office. The show's coming up February the 9th. Andrew Christopher will be providing some of the music as well. He and the co-organizer, Carmen Putz, have both lost children to cancer. Public art is always a hot debate, love it or hate it. In March of 21, Chilliwack Council voted on a $60,000 proposal to spend cash on Meet Ya at the Five. It's an art piece that sits in front of the SEPCO building across from the clock at Five Corners. Last week, that piece was installed. Meet Ya at the Five was created by Kilvert and Kilvert, local arts and design team, and designed to, and I quote, pay homage to Chilliwack's growth from a small riverboat landing to a uniquely vibrant and expanding urban Fraser Valley community. The National Trust announcing 10 finalists out of over 30 shovel-ready applications from across Canada for the next Great Save competition. The sponsors are putting out some serious cash for this. Out of the 10 finalists announced, 4 of these heritage sites are from BC. The Duncan train station, the Hope train station, Rossland's Drill Hall, and Abbotsford's Turner House. The public online vote starts January the 20th, runs till February 22nd. The heritage site with the most votes will end up with $50,000 in prize money to be used to help save and revitalize their specific places. The winners will be announced February 23rd. On Monday, Harrison Council hearing from the Fire Chief Trevor Todd, who is recommending the appointment of Curtis Ganest as the Deputy Fire Chief for the village's fire department. The current Deputy Chief, well, now outgoing, Alex Maslin, is going to be attending school. He stepped down from his Deputy Chief position effectively on New Year's Day. So Deputy Maslin, by the way, was the longest-serving member of the fire crew, 16 years of service. And also on the agenda, the OCP, the official community bylaw, that plan was adopted. Chilliwack Mural Festival opening up their applications for local, regional, national, and international artists. So they are going big this year. 7 new murals, a big street party, and a few fun things in between. The application forms will be up online January the 20th. Submissions available until February the 10th. So if you're an emerging artist, this festival has something for you. And also, temporary mural events will be available for the August 12th event. All the information at chilliwackmuralfestival.ca. Last December's Bria Skonberg Christmas homecoming was canceled. You remember the snow and the ice and the snow and the ice that crippled the Fraser Valley and Metro. chillTV learning that the show has been rescheduled for this coming September the 9th, 7:30. Tickets can be found through the Cultural Center box office. Still with the Cultural Center, we're thrilled to announce that Executive Director Jean-Louis Bleu is beginning a new arts and culture segment with chillTV's News of the Week. That starts next week. He's also sharing that a not-to-be-missed cultural event is coming up on January the 26th. Iranian-born musician Farhad Khosravi will be accompanied by percussionist Danielle Stadnicki in an evening of Persian folk music. The doors will be opening at 6:30. Tickets available again at chilliwackculturalcenter.ca. We've got a preview. Let's take a look.
How's it going, everyone? Josh here with you with sports. We're going to open today by offering our deepest condolences to the friends and family of former Chilliwack Giant player and coach Nick Connote, who passed away very recently. Nick was a huge member of the Chilliwack Giants family and a passionate coach. And so from all of us here at the chillTV family, we just want to offer our heartfelt condolences. Let's move on now with the rest of sports, where the 2023 schedule for the Agassiz Speedway is now up on their social media. The Mel Powers Classic season opener is going to be on May the 13th, and I actually had a chance to catch up with Rick Rogers, the VP of the Speedway, to get an idea of what's coming up this season and also some unique ways they're going to be promoting the upcoming campaign. So let's go to that. We are pleased to be joined today by Rick Rogers, the VP of the Agassiz Speedway. Rick, thank you so much for coming in the studio.
You're welcome.
You've got a lot going on. Your new 2023 schedule just dropped for the upcoming season. You can find that on their social media. But I hear you've got some exciting promotional stuff going on to kind of get the word out about this upcoming season. What do you got going on?
Well, the Agassiz Speedway, celebrating its 53rd year this year, is quite an accomplishment. And, our tagline is "The fun starts here at the Agassiz Speedway," and it certainly does. And we're hoping that by us going out and promoting at local venues, and it would get a better fan base for us and get us out there that we're still there.
Absolutely.
And we have been for 53 years.
When you said that tickets are only $15 to get in.
Oh, yeah. Great value. 3.5, 4 hours of entertainment, door-to-door racing, speed, excitement. The facility is beautifully maintained. It's a park-like setting. It's just a great place to be. Our first race starts May the 13th. Nice. But in prelude to that, in the off season, my goal is to promote the track.
Absolutely.
And it's cars and its most talented drivers. Yeah. I mean, let's face it. Without the drivers, we don't have anything.
Absolutely.
But last year we approached the Chilliwack Coliseum and the Chilliwack Chiefs.
Yeah.
And as a entry to see if we can get the cars in front of people, and it went out. It was such a perfect working relationship between them.
Yeah.
We worked very well, that they invited us back this year again.
Nice.
So I believe it's January 28th and January 29th, a Saturday and a Sunday.
Perfect.
Back-to-back games.
Nice.
It's kind of a unique situation. The car is actually lifted in by a crane in the back of the building. That's the only way
that's a sight to see.
Oh, it is. It is, especially when it's my car that's going up in the air, right? It's volunteered. The crane is volunteered.
Nice.
Terrific people that help us out.
Yeah.
The car goes in. We give out literally hundreds of free tickets, free passes, and
Absolutely.
children's passes. We give out posters. We're giving out shirts and some jerseys. A lot of swag from some of my sponsors. It's just a terrific time. We encourage the fan base at the arena to come and sit in the car. It's kind of a once in a lifetime deal where you get in behind the car, sit in behind the wheel, see what a driver is. Then when the kids or the parents come to the track and the meet and greet, they can actually say, "I've sat in that car, and this is pretty cool." And they have that bonding experience, and it's just a tremendous time.
Well, and like you were saying, you kind of get the experience with it at the hockey game, and then you go to the race, and it's like I've been there, and then you can go down, you meet some of the stuff going on down the pit lane, and it's just and $15. I mean, you're not going to find better value out there.
No.
It seems like one of those things where if you try it once, you're probably going to come back.
Another good bonus of the thing is the parking's free. There's it's a $15 entry fee.
Yeah.
3.5 hours of great excitement. The cars crash, and there are some heated exchanges.
Love it.
But it's all part of the experience.
Too, right?
It's all part of the experience.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Rick, for coming by.
No
I'm
problem.
super excited about the upcoming year. Please check them out, the Chiefs games. Again, that's January 28th and 29th. And looking for a great year on the track.
Just as a bonus deal, hopefully we're going to be doing the same thing at the Abbotsford Canucks.
Oh, now that'd be
soon.
cool.
We're going to be hearing about that within the next few days. So hopefully we'll be able to promote that as well and get that experience out there to the local fan base.
Fabulous.
Okay.
A lot going on, Rick. We'll have you back in the studio to talk about it later, close to the season. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you very much.
Back to me with the rest of sports. Thanks again, Rick, for stopping by. Please check out everything going on at the Agassiz Speedway this upcoming season. Again, season kicks off on May the 13th. Let's jump into the rest of sports, where Abbotsford pro golfer Adam Hadwin is in California to start his 2023 PGA Tour season this weekend. Adam will make his season debut at the American Express tournament at PGA West in La Quinta. He has not missed a cut in 7 starts there and has 4 finishes inside the top 6, including a solo second in 2017 and a tie for second in 2019. I get the sense he likes the golf course. Fellow Abbotsford native Nick Taylor will also be in the field this week in California. He began his 2023 campaign last week with a very strong T7 finish at the Sony Open at the beautiful Wailea Country Club in Honolulu, Hawaii. Wouldn't we all like to be golfing in Hawaii during the winter? I mean, pro golf, not a bad life. All right, let's keep on going here, where last week we talked about the BC Scotties and men's curling championships, which were held this past weekend at the Chilliwack Curling Club. This was actually one of the first major tournaments at the new facility. Team Gauthier from Victoria won the men's title, and Team Brown from the Kamloops won the women's Scotties. Bruce Renwick with the Chilliwack Curling Club hopes that the success of this event draws attention of larger tournaments, such as maybe the Briar, with hopes that they may consider coming to Abbotsford or Chilliwack sometime in the future. Leonard Jones with Special Olympics Chilliwack is putting out a call for basketball coaches in the Fraser Valley. This would be a commitment on Thursday nights from 7 to 8 p.m. at 80 Rundle and will run through till about the middle of March. So if you're qualified and interested, please head to his Facebook page. Again, that's Leonard Jones, and let him know that you might be interested. The 2023 edition of the Chilliwack Giants Spring Flag Football Program is now open for registration and will close on March the 10th. This is for players aged 8 to 16, so head to the Giants' social media for all the information. Chilliwack Minor Hockey's U13A2 team is holding a bottle drive on Sunday, January 29th. The event is to raise money to assist with tournament and travel costs. The boys will be collecting and sorting for the cause and are willing to pick up locally if needed, so keep that in mind. The team will be at Twin Rinks at 11 a.m. on the 29th for as long as they need to be to get all the donations in, so definitely check that out. All right, that's all we've got for sports today. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, we will see you next week. Now let's go to Cari with the weather.
chillTV's weekend weather now. Cari Moore, a mix of sun and cloud, maybe a flurry. What does the 7-day forecast look like? And speaking of flurries, that snow line is starting to drop.
Thanks, Don. Not much chance of snow at all. There's going to be rain this weekend with highs of 7, lows down to 0, but by the end of the week, look at that. We've got sun, highs of 7, still a little bit low down to 1, but that should be a great week. Thanks, Don.
Thanks, Cari. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and you have a story you think we should know about, or you have some pictures and video, you can always send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.